Maryland sports fans, there's only one sports book in the great state of Maryland with over 50 years experience booking bets and supporting customers. Betfred Sportsbook at Longshots is now open and is the only sportsbook in Frederick offering cash betting on football, basketball, world soccer, and more. Visit the Betfred Sportsbook at I-270 and MD-85 in Frederick, right next to Longshots off-track betting. Go to betfredsports.com for more information and your chance to win exclusive merchandise. Must be 21 or older. Play responsibly. For help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Stop! Yeah! And if you don't like it, you better take your ass up to the snooty box, because this is the loud spot! Okay, see you later.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Loud Spot. I'm your host, Sebastian, right out of Oklahoma City. I got my co-host, Weird Wolf Ava Gore, joining us tonight. And then I'm sitting down with Cody and Chris from the band The Difference Between. What's going on, guys?
What's going on?
Thanks for having us.
You're welcome. Yeah, absolutely. And I always say, what's going on, guys, every single time. So come with something new to say, but it's kind of hard to do that sometimes.
Got to keep it consistent.
I know. Sometimes change is good, right? Maybe a little bit. Okay, so
realized that most bands don't thank us for being on the show.
What did you say?
Most bands don't thank us for being on the show, so it's not that great.
We appreciate you guys. You wanted to hear my thoughts on things, and I appreciate that.
Well, we appreciate you appreciating that.
Yeah, that's right. Excellent. We do. So the band, The Difference Between, is I think a newer formed group, correct?
Yep.
And formed of several different bands that kind of came together to form The Difference Between.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, so how'd that happen? Who started the idea and how did it develop?
So it was kind of Cody and I that started. It was like a quarantine thing. Last year, he had some ideas on drums and sent them over to me, and I put some guitar over it. And we were like, "Yeah, it sounds pretty sick." So just kind of grew from there. And then the vocalist Chris Roberts, he was the original vocalist of Emerosa, 10, 12, 15 years ago when they first started. They were called Corsets Are Cages at the time, but I've known him. He's here local to me in Kentucky, so I've known him since back then. And I just kind of reached out to him, and he was into the sound. And then our guitarist, Garrett, used to play bass in Softspoken. So
how many people are in The Difference Between?
It's 4.
There's 4 of you guys.
Yeah.
And I guess, Cody, do you not live in Kentucky as well with these guys?
I'm actually the only one who doesn't live in Kentucky. I live in it gets rough, but you do a lot with computers now, you know. I live in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
How far is that from the rest of the bands from?
It's about 11 hours. Yeah, every time we I have to drive really far.
Damn. So how'd you guys even meet to get to do? I mean, was it from different bands touring together?
Yeah.
Well, I've known.
Tell a story.
Okay, I've known Chris for a really long time. I play in the band The Scent Like Wolves, and Chris plays in Softspoken. Mm-hmm. And we just we went on a tour back I think 2017. We were both on the same record label. We were Triumphant, and we went on the Weird Triumphant tour. With our friends in Revenant as well. And I just kind of met Chris there, and our bands got along really well. And then Chris and I have done different music business ventures and stuff. And we actually have a record label as well. But yes, I've known Chris for a while now. And then Chris knew the other guys, and we kind of collaborated then.
How hard is it to be in? I'm assuming you guys are all still in your other bands, or most of you guys still have your other projects. Is this considered a side project or is it considered just a secondary main project?
Oh, that's a tough question. I guess.
No, hey, hold on. Ava, I get 1 point for that. I get 1 point
Fair.
for that.
Yeah, I mean, I think in terms of like the attention that we give it, and like, you know, we're still putting marketing money into this band. We've already recorded like an LP worth of material. So I think in terms of the attention that we're giving it, I would consider it, you know, like a secondary main band. When it comes to like touring and stuff, like obviously our main bands, Softspoken and Scent Like Wolves, much more developed and like farther along. So I'd say those bands take priority, you know, if something were to come up or whatever. But this isn't necessarily on the back burner to me anyway.
Is there something different about this band in particular that sets it apart from the other ones for you guys?
You can go ahead, Cody.
I mean, mainly the thing I really like about it is like I actually write the majority, like the whole song layouts on drums, and then send it to Chris, and Chris fills in the blanks for all of them. I've never written music that way. It's pretty. So essentially, you could send the same drum layout I send to like 4 different guitarists and get 4 different songs. But like with Chris and I, it just matches really well, and we both grew up on like the old school post-hardcore vibes, like Oceana and like Poison the Well, and so we just kind of really work well together with that. And my other band is like the Scent Like Wolves is more of like a kind of polished like metalcore, like super high production, like and it's kind of this one's more raw, and just I can have a lot more fun with it. Like I'm not trying to like make a certain sound with it. I'm just trying to do something naturally, you know. So it's kind of like a passion, more of a passion project. But I mean, I love the Scent Like Wolves just as much too, but I do consider them like both equally.
Yeah, I'd say the same for me too. Like when it comes to like writing, the approach is definitely different. And like with Softspoken, like I said, it's much more developed band, and kind of the same situation as Cody. Like we're very precise about how we approach writing our music because of where we are, and we have a pressure to write a certain way and sound a certain way and certain expectations. Whereas the difference between this band, it's more just like Cody said, like he sends me drums and I just play what I play without really thinking about it. So it's kind of refreshing in that sense, I guess.
Okay, so then your writing style for both of you, I guess, would be different with the difference between than in your other bands you're in. But still, I mean, would you say, Chris, that your guitar style, because everyone has like a style, right? Like everyone has a certain style that they play. Sure. Is your style that much different with this band than your other band? And same goes for Cody as a drummer. I mean, wouldn't you think that, like, is your drumming style different? I know you're not there, but is it that much of a difference, or is there still similarities to the way both you guys play?
Yeah, I would say like definitely like to anybody who would listen to the songs, it could be like, oh, that sounds like something Chris would play. I'm sure that's there. I think probably the biggest difference for me as a guitarist is that in Softspoken, I write everything with Billy, the other guitarist in that band. So like his input and influence on how the song is made is as equal as mine. Whereas this band is just me writing the guitar. So I'd say that's the huge difference for me. Is it's like in Softspoken, it's Billy's influence is big as well. Okay.
Yeah, I feel the same way, actually. Chris kind of took my same response a bit, but yeah, I mean, with the Scent Like Wolves, I pretty much have, like, we have a bunch of different writers with us. Like, everybody contributes, but mainly as, like, a drummer, I get to hear or contribute my part last, after, like, before the vocals, but, like, last in, like, instrumentals. So with the difference between, it's kind of the opposite of that. So I'm actually just kind of creating the grooves and the accents that I want to hear, and, like, the breakdown patterns that I, like, want to put in. I'm not kind of just, like, adding to something that's already been created, you know? So it's kind of a different approach. But if you listen to it in both bands, they have the same kind of like drum tropes, I would say. It's like the same style.
Okay. When did the project start? Like, I don't know if you gave me a specific like time frame. If you did, I wasn't listening. I think you didn't say it. So like, when,
not
like,
specific.
Well, okay. Was it like, you said during COVID? I think so. Like just like a year ago, right?
Yeah, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Cody. I feel like it was like probably November or December when we first kind of like sent some ideas back and forth, like for real.
Yeah, and we had like 2 songs written that we really liked, and we were like, you know what, this is cool. Let's like run with this. And then we started kind of like we had like low key auditions for vocalists where we would just send like a demo of the song, and we try to have somebody like send a demo back with it, and that's how we ended up getting. I mean, Chris knew the other Chris Roberts for a while, but Chris's demo was awesome, and I mean, we just kind of rolled with it, and I'm stoked on everything he's recorded so far.
That's and I think you guys probably get some recognition off the bat from I don't know I know what Softspoken sounds like only because they've been on the show before, but I would assume the other band's also probably pretty good that Cody's in. Was it easier to gain, like, I guess, look, because I see you guys already got some sponsors and working with some partners on some different things. Is that easier to get because of your other bands? Like, was it like, hey, check out this band, do the same shit for us they do for the other guys? Come on, come on.
Pretty much, yeah. Like, and you know, like Cody and I are both kind of in the industry as well. I manage some bands, and like you mentioned, we just started a label this year. So like, you started a label. The 2 of us, yeah, we did.
Oh, you guys started your own record label.
That's awesome.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, you can sign me. I'm in a band.
Send it over, man.
But yeah,
so you're on my show, you have to sign us. That's the rule.
But yeah, you know, it's a lot of contacts that we have and people that we've built relationships with who kind of trust us and know our abilities. So it's been easy to kind of show them the music, and they'll be like, all right, yeah, I dig this, and kind of roll from there.
That's cool. So you guys aren't. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say that we've done this for like so many years now, and have crashed and burned so many times in other projects, and learned from those mistakes, and just got older. And it's just nice to start something fresh, knowing what we know now of like over a decade of trying this stuff. You know.
Yeah. What, Ava?
Newfound wisdom. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So would you say that when you guys go on tour with one, there's 3 bands in between just the 2 of you guys, right?
Yeah.
So, and I guess maybe is the other guys in other bands also?
No.
Okay, so just the 2 of you guys are in other bands. So if one band goes on tour, you think it's possible, I guess, to maybe try to bring the other one along, so you can have like 3 bands in one, like all 3, like, you know, maybe you got to do 2 sets, but fuck it, whatever.
Yeah.
We've talked about it.
Yeah, we talked about doing it, and like Softspoken, we don't, you know, officially have an actual like drummer member. We have like some fill-ins. So I brought it up. I was like, yeah, dude, we should do it. And like, Cody, you can just play drums for 3 sets. And Garrett, you know, Garrett's the guitarist in different stream, but he used to play bass in Softspoken. So we just have like a revolving thing. It'd be great.
Dude, if you guys played back to back, you'd be on stage for fucking ever.
Yeah, I'd die for sure.
Yeah, I'd be very sweaty and tired.
Yeah. You have to do it to like where they didn't play back to back. You know what I'm saying? So you can take a break in between.
Yeah.
I think Ava could do a long set, I think.
Oh, really?
Okay. Ava should be your new drummer. I think she can play the drums a little bit.
Right.
I can play very basic drums.
Hey, that's all you need.
Basic.
I need the do-ga. Fucking, that's a ticket. That's gold right there, man.
I could write something.
So a band, brand new, not even that old, already getting some recognition. You guys already have a music video that you came out with. Was this like the first song you guys wrote? And you're like, fuck it, music video, let's go.
It's not actually the first song. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Cody.
It's like right around there. Yeah.
Second song.
Yeah.
So we're second song. And then you guys just picked this one to do the music video. You guys liked it the most. And is this the only music video that you guys have?
Right now, yeah. We had another one that was shot. We just haven't gotten it back yet. So we did those 2 songs first. We decided to do those 2 just because we thought they were like the one Envenom that has the video was kind of a good introduction to the sound. And then the other one, Detach, is a little bit more catchy, I guess. And then we're just kind of saving for videos for the additional material that we have recorded right now.
No, you don't want to blow your load on just the first year you guys are out, man.
Right.
You want to save it a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. This song is called Envenom. Thanks for laughing at my joke, Abe. I appreciate that. This song is called Envenom. And when did the video come out?
July 2nd.
July 2nd.
Damn. So like 2 months ago.
Yep.
2 months and almost 2 weeks. All right. Let's check out the song. Then we're going to talk about it. Here we go. All right, that is a great music video and a very cool song, man. I mean, that's like the video, whoever shot that video did an awesome job. Cody, were you there for that video, or was it like they put it together?
They had to put it together.
you know what's funny? You know what's funny about that, dude? Is I would have bet that you would have said that you were there. I swear to God, I was just curious because I knew you lived 11 hours away.
Yeah, that's cool that you think that and it looks that way, but I wouldn't lie to you like that.
I wouldn't have known neither. But that's super neat. I mean, the guy did a great job of piecing that together. And you guys do have another song. I see. What I did was I went through my notes finally from the long story, backstory, anyways. But you guys did have another song that you guys came out with was it a lyric video, Detach?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, was that your first song?
That was the second. No,
song.
I don't remember. Second release song. I don't remember when we did that.
And are you guys going to do a music video or just keep that for YouTube and just move on to the next project?
Probably just move on.
Okay.
After hearing about your writing process, I was very focused on the guitar and the drums, and they're pretty awesome, I have to say.
Thanks. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Sharon did ask, she says, tell us what makes you different. That's a broad question and maybe hard to answer, but is there something specific that you think or feel that makes you guys stand out more than other bands in similar genres?
Yeah, I'd say it's old school post-hardcore sounds, with just like the new age production and what post-hardcore is doing right now. Just like I said earlier in the podcast, we take a lot of influence from bands like Oceana and Lower Definition, and which check out Lower Definition's new music if you haven't yet, and like Poison the Well and Glassjaw. And
I love Glassjaw, man. They're so sick.
Yeah, they're amazing. But yeah, it's kind of just like that kind of style of music, but in 2021.
Would you say that it's almost like starting over? Like it's not starting over because you guys have your bands and this is something new, but is it to actually officially get started with this other project, being in bands that are doing bigger things and just kind of just being the baby? Obviously, it's going to sound good because everyone knows what they're doing. But was it motivating, or was it like, do we really want to start from scratch on a whole new project? Like, was that kind of difficult to finally get up and start doing?
So you should get a point for that question too. It's a good one.
Yeah. You're doing good tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think there are moments. I think Cody and I are both confident in not only our musicianship, but also like our ability to push music and release it well and all that kind of stuff. But there's definitely those moments where you're like, we were like, okay, let's get to 1,000 likes, or like let's reach these small milestones. There's still that aspect of it, because you do want to see it grow and you want to see reactions to it. But for me, it's still exciting. It's kind of cool to not have to like I said earlier, there's not as much pressure for me. So I'm just happy with anybody kind of like hearing what we do and being into it. Honestly,
it's a creative safe space.
Yeah, it's a good way to put it.
For sure,
better answer.
Yep. I kind of agree that it's very refreshing to me. Like, I mean, like I said earlier, it's just like it just feels great to kind of make something new with a team, like a really great team that already knows exactly what's going on with stuff. We don't have to figure things out. Like, and I just have like 10 years of wisdom of like I said before, crashing and burning and learning the music industry the hard way, and just learning how to like tour and stuff the hard way. And yeah, just great to kind of have a blank slate and just do whatever we want with it and just have fun with it.
I feel like there's so much to learn in the music industry, even after so many years of doing it. You really learn the best when you do crash and burn, man. Like that's when you get your life lessons handed to you, like in a bad way.
For sure.
That's where you grow from, though. That makes you better at your position and what you're trying to accomplish, because now you know what to stay away from, right?
If you're smart.
Yeah. If you're exactly.
For sure.
If you're stupid, then you're just gonna keep on fucking up.
I don't think people appreciate failing like they should. I've like it's humbling and you need it. It's like seriously, I've crashed and burned so many times at shows. Like I've had my whole drum set fall off the stage. Just like I've had our backtracks play the click track, the whole like just the stupidest things that I'm sure any band listening to this like yeah, that's happened to me, but you grow from that. You grow so much from that. And like all you see on social media a lot of times is just people showing their success stories and just like but they don't tell you all the nitty gritty awful times they've had getting to those success stories. And I personally embrace those.
Dude, it's like, and this is a horrible comparison, but I'm gonna say it anyways, because that's what I do, right? Horrible comparison. It's like knowing someone that has a gambling problem that's at the casino every single night. They waste like $200-300 a night, and then they win one, and they're like, "I won $10,000." That's all they're gonna talk about. But like, yeah, you spent like fucking $30,000 last year losing.
Right.
Exactly. 100%. No one will really ever tell you that. Yeah. But there's a lot of failure to get to success. So that guy probably spent tens and tens of thousands of dollars just to make that 10,000. But that 10,000 was enough of a high for him to keep losing more and more money.
That's how they get you. That's how they get you.
Sounds a lot like music.
Yeah.
It was a great comparison. I get another point for that.
Man, you're
I get like a half point. A half point. All right. Let's take a step back. Hey, cheers. Let's take a step back and let's talk about the label for a second. It's you two guys in the label, right?
Yep.
Okay, you guys started the label. So we talked about your band. I find it interesting. I didn't know that you guys had a label. So we might as well talk about it a little bit. What do you particularly look for? Let's say a band's want to reach out to you and they want to be signed to your record label and they want you to help them with X, Y, Z, whatever it is, which we're going to talk about that as well. What are you looking for? A specific genre, style, or is it just you like it?
I would say, like for me, first and foremost, is I just got to like the music. And then I wouldn't say like I would definitely say we're in like the rock metal world. Anything too far out of that, we don't have a lot of experience with to like be confident pushing it. Like if a rap artist came to us or something, I wouldn't really know what to do with that. But yeah, for me, it's like, I got to like the music and then I got to like the people are my first two things. And then I'm sure Cody's got similar.
Yeah, I mainly like I obviously have to like really love the band and vibe with everything they're going on with it, but I just also have to really believe in them. Like after we always have like we set up calls with them and we talk to all the bands and all the members, and like if we believe in their drive and we just kind of see that they're like really going to be in this for the long haul and be about it. That's definitely some points there for them. Another thing is just kind of like, I'm a sucker for production. Like Chris said, we work in the rock and metal world, in today's day and age, you need to have some like crazy production and stuff. So we're all about just, I'm a sucker for metalcore and post-hardcore. So when I hear like metalcore and post-hardcore produced really well, I'm really drawn in right away. But yeah, mainly for me, it's just kind of drive and work ethic, which you can have the best song ever, but if you don't have the drive to put it out there and market it well and like learn the business behind it a little bit or put some effort, no one's going to hear that incredible song you had. You can just be bitter about it then. You see that all the time in the music world.
Yeah. And what is the name of the record label?
It's called yeah, go ahead.
It's called Theoria Records.
Okay. Oh, I think I did. Was that on the song somewhere?
Yeah. We released the difference between through the label.
Okay, through your own. So you guys signed yourselves.
Yeah. Kind of. Technically, no.
It's an experiment.
Yeah, that's so like all of our crash and burns, we test with our band first before we, do anything else for the bands that actually matter.
Yeah, I'm sure our bands love that. That's true, though.
I started a record label once called Probably Not Famous Records. True story. And nobody that we signed were famous, and I think I was the only band signed to it. So my own band. How many bands do you guys have onto the label? And what do you do for the bands on the label if someone's looking to maybe get signed by an independent record label and maybe they want you to help them out? Tell us how many bands you got and what do you do for the bands that you work with?
Go ahead, Cody.
So we just getting the nitty-gritty of it. We're actually an imprint label of We Are Triumphant. They're a lot bigger label. They're established for years now. We work with The Orchard for distribution.
Okay.
So that's definitely a great plus to have. As of right now, we have 8 bands that we have announced, and we've put releases out for Sound Like Wolves, Softspoken, and then a Japanese band called Abstracts. They're not signed. We just put out songs for them. But we try to just Chris and I have like a unique experience of knowing what it's like being signed to like a bunch of kind of shady contracts and just like going through, like I said before, multiple times in this, the crash and burning in the music industry and learning very hard lessons. So with all that being said, we just kind of try to make everything as artist friendly as we can, just because we have empathy for those artists and know that a lot of times, like I said before, you could be the best band ever, but if you're not marketing yourselves, you don't have somebody teaching you and coaching you and all that stuff, you're never going to get your music out there. So
and you gotta
try to provide all that.
The bands have to listen to their label, because I can only imagine. The biggest thing I would think is like, if you sign a band, before you sign them, you probably want to know the personalities, make sure they're going to listen, because you can have someone with the biggest head who thinks they're the best guitar player, the best singer, their band shit doesn't stink. And you try to give them advice.
What he said, but in different words.
Yeah, but I say it more like in your face, like, "Hey, motherfucker, I'm gonna tell you what to do, and you're gonna listen."
Back about it.
So you guys should have me on your record label. I'll tell them, "Hey, fucking listen, you're fired."
You'll be our spokesman. We'll send weekly updates, video updates to all of our bands, and you just telling them what's up.
I will do that. I won't even charge you to yell at somebody. I'll do it for free.
We'll tell them that they have an interview with you, but really it's just you yelling at them.
I'm cool with that.
I think you've actually had a couple of our bands. I think didn't you have Poltergeist?
Yes, Poltergeist. I did have them on recently, actually.
Yeah, it was like probably like around August.
Oh, I think we actually talked about. That's maybe where I heard you guys' name before. Also, I think I asked if they were signed or whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
Did you watch it?
I haven't watched it yet. I'll be
negative point for you. Negative point.
At least he's honest about it. I could have just been like, "Yeah, man, you crushed it."
Fucking awesome interview, bro.
His ego would have eaten that up.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you and tell you I didn't watch it.
I will.
I will right now.
All right.
Second window here.
I am going to ask you guys if you guys have a website yet, and do you guys have merchandise yet?
For the band or the label?
So let's go back to the band for this.
Okay.
Okay.
Website,
yes.
It's called The band does have a website. It's T, like the letters TDB, like difference between band.com. We don't really have any merch yet. We're kind of working on that right now. We haven't really played shows. We're not really exactly sure when we're going to be playing shows. We're not rushing the merch side of things.
Right. Okay. Well, go ahead, Ava. Do you want to ask something?
I can.
We're about to get off. We're going to ask a question, and we're going to get off. And let's go ahead and give Ava. I get 3 points. Chris gets -1. Cody, I'm going to tie him with 3 for me, and I'm going to give Ava 5 for the skeleton in the background, so she's going to win today.
That's pretty badass.
Thanks.
Go ahead and ask the last question, then we'll get off the show.
So what was, or would you say that music has been a part of your life since the beginning?
Yeah.
All right.
You're saying if it has been a part of my life since the beginning?
Yes.
Yeah. I would say at least since I was like old enough to, so like my older brother, he's like 11 years older than me. So as soon as I was old enough to like understand the world in some sense, I saw him playing music. And since then I've been into like guitar, especially. So I would say since I had the ability to be influenced by anything, I was definitely influenced by music.
Same with me. I don't know. I just always like I'm the oldest in my family, and none of my siblings play or like my family were never into music or anything. I don't know. I just always had a knack for it. It was always just kind of like my crutch when I was anxious or something, or just I always had music playing. And then I started out playing the saxophone when I was younger, and I always wanted to play the drums. My parents weren't having it. And eventually I just kept like drumming on stuff in the house and like making my own like makeshift drum sets. Eventually my like grandparents saw I was really into it. And I don't know if they were trying to get on my good side and butter me up or something, but they ended up buying me a drum set like, behind my parents' back. And I had a drum set for a while. Yeah, it was great. And then I was like, it's like a crappy like $200, but I loved it so much. It was awesome. And then eventually like my parents saw that I was doing really well with it, and I joined the band. I started taking drum lessons, doing drum line and stuff, and I just kind of did it through college.
Oh, so you're like a good drummer.
Yes,
I'd like to think so. I try to be.
Unlike Sebastian.
Unlike you. I didn't do any of that shit, man. I was banging on stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm all about rudiments. I don't know. I was in jazz band for a lot of my life and took like courses in college. But anyway, I love drumming, but it's always been a part of my life, and I always have like music playing. I just love music, and ultimately I love not only playing it, but I love, probably like similar to Chris, just the background of like how music gets to the listener, like the business behind how a song gets digested by somebody else and gets to them, So that's kind of where the label comes in, and yeah.
Right on. And last thing real quick, I did want to just mention, so your singer's name is also Chris?
Yeah, Chris Roberts.
So the band should be called Two Chris's and a Cody.
And a Garrett.
Yep.
And a Garrett. Two Chris's, a Cody, and a Garrett. The triple C's and a G.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay right there. Thanks, everyone, for listening to the podcast. Go to www.theloudspot.net. Subscribe to us on YouTube, and we'll take your money if you go to patreon.com/theloudspot and give me all your money. I would appreciate that. Okay, that's all I got. Peace out, rock on, and much love. And here is the outro song.
This is the Loud Spot outro by Nothing Short of Tragic.
Is this all talk with no action? No. Is this my thoughts with distraction? No. Is this what I bought that's in fashion? Or is this the Loud Spot with Sebastian? Yes. Does Nothing Short of Tragic have its back again? Yes. Does everything that's good really have to end? Yes. A pin post has a pin show, so to get more episodes, make an order, this is over.
Thanks for watching our video. Don't forget to click the like and share button.
Don't forget to go to our YouTube and subscribe.
If you want to listen to our audio and pick up some cool merch, go to www.theloudspot.net. Peace out, rock on, much love.